Good afternoon, everyone. We are so excited to come live and share our celebration of lighting the torch today for our book called She Grows Stronger. And this book is encompassing 31 women from across the world, and all different stories, all different perspectives. And today is the day that the book has officially launched, and it is available on Amazon in ebook format. And so you're going to want to get your copy today. So as we've started today's live, I see some ladies are joining us, some of the authors. And so I want to say congratulations to all of you who are writing an incredible book. Today is the day. And so how this works is we're going to go around the room and share a little bit about ourselves, who we are, what we do, and a little bit about why we wrote the book. And let's start with Shannon. Hi, Shannon.
Hello. I'm sorry. I don't have much of a voice today. I'm so sorry. But I do my best.
Okay.
So I'm Shannon Addison. I have started a children's brand that's aimed at girls for the purpose of building friendship, acceptance, resilience among girls. And a big part of that is really speaking to the problems that girls have forming relationships and developing connection with one another as they're growing. And so I talk about that in my story, which is kind of the journey that I had with my daughter, overcoming all kinds of adversity and dealing with a lot of the cruelty that goes on with young girls. So my story actually touches on that and talks about how through some of life's most adverse times, both she and I have come through it much stronger. And so there's a celebration, but there were definite times in the story that it got pretty rough. But I really hope that everybody enjoys it. And I can't tell you how wonderful it has been to be a part of this, because it allowed me to share my story. And a lot of my friends and people around me had no idea. So this has been a really great thing for me, just to kind of step into who I am and what I'm doing, and now to start talking about it on a much bigger stage. So I really enjoyed being a part of this.
Well, thank you for sharing and for being a part of it. So She Grows Stronger really is a book about empowerment, a lot of very personal stories of overcoming so much, and also it encompasses actionable steps for the reader. In other words, you're not just reading the book, but a lot of the chapters are really pushing you to take action. You know, life is very, very hard. Oftentimes when we're going through the storm, we don't know what to do. And so I feel like this book kind of helps with how to stay strong or how to grow even stronger, even when you don't feel like it at that moment. So with that said, I'm going to go next to Valerie, also known as Valley Girl. Share a little bit about who you are and why you decided to write.
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Valley Girl is a nickname I got in high school in California, of course, because I totally picked up that persona of Valley Girl, like, oh my God. And I still say like and awesome a lot. Those are my two favorite words. I know there are no when you're speaking, but that's too bad. But anyways, I am the owner of Veris Marketing. I am a marketing strategy coach. And I just help entrepreneurs show up online, do all the things, but without being tethered to their computers. And my chapter, I love the book, by the way. I read the entire manuscript, and the stories that you women had, absolutely phenomenal. I was blown away. A lot of them were emotional for me, and I was like, wow, this is good stuff. This is a great book. So emotional about the book for that reason, and the reason this is my first venture into authorship. I'm an author now, which is freaky to say. And I am writing my own book, and my chapter is actually a prelude to my own book about time freedom, and how by not learning how to outsource and delegate and time management my life and my business, I almost lost my marriage, total disconnect from my family, my kids, and then even worse, I suffered a health crisis, a severe health crisis where literally if I hadn't went to sleep that night, I would not be here today to write the book. So the stress pretty much was killing me by not doing things the right way, by not letting go and try to control everything in my life and business. So my chapter is all about sharing with you a bit of my story and steps so that you don't fall into that same trap that I did, that really my business consumed me 24 hours a day. And that's totally not the way to run your business. And I learned a big lesson, especially when my husband knocked on the door and said, it's divorce time. That was a wake up call as well as being on my deathbed. So that's what my chapter is about. I hope you all have read it and enjoyed it, and look forward to the book, my own book that'll come out soon. Hopefully She Rises Studio will help me complete that process as well. But this is a great book. It's really exciting. I'm so happy to share it with all of my friends. I've been telling everybody about it. So great stories, ladies. Wonderful.
Well, thank you for sharing and for being so transparent. And you're right, it really is a great book. Very profound for sure. Let's go to Maureen. Hello. I was going to say good morning, but
good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Hi. Thank you, Hannah. I want to thank you so much. You're going to make me cry, and I never cry. I want to thank you so much for this opportunity. This is a dream come true for me. I'm a first published author. I have other writings, but I've never had the opportunity to connect with other women that had an affordable platform for us to express ourselves. And it just makes me so happy. And the other reason I'm just so emotional is my background. I read the book too, and I agree with everything that you just said, because it's not only a learning experience for us, it's sharing and feeling that we have the same challenges and the same emotions and the same dreams, and that in bouncing off of and communicating with each other, we learn how to maneuver through the challenges that are presented to us. And my chapter is called Building a Legacy in Real Estate. So basically what I did was I flipped a coin. I grew up with 4 brothers and 2 parents, and I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I basically ran the household at home. I ran everything. I was mother's little helper, the endless caregiving, and grew up in a Catholic big family, right? So I was empowered by deciding whether I was going to go into real estate or gemology. And I just flipped a coin. My brother's like, I can't take this anymore. You're driving me insane. Flip a coin and just decide. So that's what I did. And that's how I got into commercial investment real estate. And I was the only woman in the department. There was another woman in there that had her own business. I think she had a hair salon, but she was having an affair with the broker, and they were both married to their spouses. So that wasn't my role model in building my business. So what I did is I worked long hours. I worked 80 hours a week, and I competed against 9 men. And I think I left 1 in the room after a year, just because I liked competing with him, and he was smart, and I liked listening to him, and I learned a lot from him. But I learned commercial investment real estate, and I did everything wrong that you could imagine. I started a brokerage without any capital. I went to all these seminars and webinars, and education is so important for us. And communicating is so important for women, because for some reason, I would see men communicating and getting into partnerships and going into business and finding money and, building empires. And there weren't a lot of women to do that with. So I was mentored by men in a men's world. And so when they would see me, not at what I look like now, because I've been in business 50 years, but when I was the little meek 25-year-old athlete dancer, it opened a lot of doors for me. But at the same time, being a woman, they didn't take you seriously. It was like, okay, honey, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, sure, we understand. No problem. And so when I joined the commercial investment group, there were 90 members and I was the only woman. And one thing that we need to do that I want to express today is to always be true to yourself and always listen to yourself and your intuition. We are blessed with this intuition, and we are the ones that actually are the guides for men, and they need us. So it's really important to always go inside and always spend time with yourself and your girlfriends or your sister or your friends or groups like this that empower women. And I had my own voice, and I'm pretty strong because I grew up with guys and I mentored guys. So I had listed this property. It was a town in Colorado, everything, PUC license, the bar, the restaurant, all of the cabins, everything I listed for sale. And my car didn't even barely make it over the pass at this time. And I was showing property and I sold it. And when I went to pitch it at this commercial investment group, the owner of the group, he said, okay. And he kind of honeyed me up. Okay, honey, let's see what you have to say. And so instead of pitching my property like the other 89 members that were men, I remember this pencil skirt. I don't know if you remember even the name Halston at that time. And I had this designer silk blouse on, and I strutted up in these heels as slow as I could. And I went up and I sat on his lap, and he was on the panel. And I said, okay, did you want to hear the property that I listed for $1 million 50 years ago, right? And he said, yes, we do. And I said, okay, thank you. That's what I thought. And I walked back, and I was never harassed after that. So the simple story is just to be ourselves, to be authentic. We're good enough. And this format, I'm just so blessed to be part of. I already signed up for another book. I will do an analogy or an anthology, but I want to, it's 18,000 words. So, I mean, that's nothing for us ladies, right? We have the brain mouth connection, but I feel that being part of a chapter and being part of groups like this with women, and I speak, co-host, host, and, co-speak in over hundreds of women's real estate investment groups. It's really important for us to communicate and be part of these groups with these chapters. So I was just going to go on Amazon and just buy a bunch of them and go down to the library and go to Barnes and Noble. And, I don't know how I do it, but I'm sure you guys will help me do a little pitch or whatever I have to do or hand out. And then whatever I don't sell, when just whoever is coming over, I'll just put on their shelves. Because I love marketing and networking, but I think we really have to be proactive with this company. And I'm planning on coming to Vegas if I can. So I think I'm just so grateful for all of you. It just thrills me to death that you are all women. You're business women. You're scaling. You're moving into all these different fields. And I didn't have this kind of company. I didn't have this kind of energy before, and I really love it. So thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Let's go to Beck.
Hi, friends. Thank you for sharing, ladies. I appreciate it. My name is Beck Coop, and I'm the owner of Vibrational Transcendence. I am a Reiki practitioner and sound healer, and I bring people together for plant medicine ceremonies and different ways to help heal your heart, your mind, and your soul. Like already said by several of the other ladies before me, this is an honor, a privilege, and so full of gratitude. I also am working on another book, which you guys are also going to be helping me publish. I got one of those spots, so thank you. But this is the first time I've ever been published. And it's really cool to have the opportunity to share our stories because a lot of them were messy along the way. And, you know, I mean, there was points in my life where I just kept getting beat down, and told I would never rise up. And here I am, stronger than ever. And that was the title of my chapter was You're Stronger Than You Give Yourself Credit For. Because I sometimes say that, like, make your haters your motivators. Like, you know, you want to think you're going to hold me down? Oh, hell no. Like, it's game on. You just gave me motivation to rise above your expectations, to rise above my own expectations, and just to be the badass woman I'm meant to be. And oofda. Thank you all for your contributions. I know that was short and sweet, but I've lived all over the country. Originally from the DC area, which brings its own baggage of trauma with it coming from DC. But I've lived in Colorado. I'm now out in Michigan, and I am just super grateful for supportive other women in circles like these as well. You know, I formerly in my crazy adrenaline rush days worked in a lot of fields that were primarily led by a lot of men. And I had a life-changing snowmobile accident on the job that literally changed my life, changed my career, changed everything. And I couldn't be more grateful for some of those hard lessons to get me here today, surrounded by other baddies. So thank you. Thank you all.
Well, thank you for sharing, and thank you for being here. Sonia.
Hi, everyone. It's good to be here. I'm Sonia Rodriguez. I'm a psychotherapist and life transition coach. I work with women who are redesigning and redefining their lives, usually after a traumatic event that has occurred in their life. The chapter of my book is called Surviving and Thriving, the Power of Resilience. So I really focused on exploring the deep layers of resilience and what it means to transform your life and how you can start using a lot of these strategies to build resilience and foster hope and create a life that you desire. I really talked a little bit about moving from resilience beyond survival. And I think we've all experienced some level of trauma in our lives. And it's super important to think about what it means for us and how we can move forward while integrating those traumatic experiences in our lives. And I'm happy to be here with all of you beautiful women today.
Thank you. All right, let's go to Sherry.
There we go. Hi, everyone. I am so excited to be here. This is my first writing project, and I'm very proud of it. I'm excited about it. And I'm just grateful. It's taken 50 years for me to get here and be able to tell my story, or just a little part of my story and just the struggles that I've been through in life. But I'm just so proud that the God that I serve, he's not, let me down ever. And I'm finally realizing that and using it as a testimony. And I just want to be able to use writing as a way to glorify God and just, give hope to others that might be struggling or traumatized or going through anything in life. And the easy way out is just giving up and just throwing in the towel. But I want to be one to tell them that it's not necessary, that tomorrow looks better, for sure. You might have some rough days, but if you just hang in there to the next day, God will show you a brighter day. So I'm just excited about that. I'm so happy to be a part of this project. I can't wait to get my hands on the actual book. I got the ebook. I was excited about that, but I just cannot wait to get my hands on the actual book. I think I've kind of, how do you say, I've been bitten by a bug. I can't wait to write some more, do some more projects, do my own book. I'm just so excited and happy to be here. Proud to be in a book with some of you ladies that, you know, your stories are so powerful. And so I'm happy to share in that with you all.
No, thank you for sharing. So the book is currently, it was just released today on ebook for those of you who are watching, those of you who are going to support and order, and for those of you who are going to watch the replay. So it is currently in 13 countries across Amazon, and it is also circulating into retailers online as well for ebook. And then just 2 short weeks from today, the print paperback will be available also on Amazon, and it will make its way through the retailers. So if you are an avid reader, you should have both ebook and paperback. If you're like me, I highlight things, go back to it, and so I think there's a need for both. So let's go to Tina. Hi, Tina.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So, after all these wonderful speakers, sometimes it's hard to know what to say. I'm really genuinely excited to be here in this room with you all today. So, hi. The reason I decided to do this anthology is that I thought I had a little story to tell, and the stories ended up transforming so much about my business. It's actually changed and created a whole new business for myself, which is kind of exciting. I went from being in the business world now to being more into the personal development world and talking about self-permission. It made me think about my life, and then reading all of your other stories made me realize how important books like this are. You know, people dismiss these books as, oh, that's cute, but it isn't. It's powerful, it's amazing, it's awesome. And if more books like this come out, I think we're going to get messages out there to people that really need them. And to me, that's fantastic. And I'm really excited to be part of it. I'm not going to talk for long. I'm not much of a, I sort of tend to stand in the background. So I'm really excited to do this with everybody. I'd love to connect with as many of you who'd like to, you know, reach out and have a chat. I think we're an awesome community of women, and this message about empowering ourselves in storytelling is really vital. It makes more sense to people over do this, and lecturing at them. So, yeah, thank you so much for letting me be part of this. And yeah, lovely to meet you all.
Thank you, Tina, and thank you for being here with us today. Let's go to Allison.
Hi, everybody. My name is Allison Gabaldon. I'm the founder of Dynamite Leader. So my program that I founded helps specialize on positive leadership, right? So I work with leaders in all different types of business, typically education, on how to be positive leaders and how to help focus and how to help your employees, how to help them shine their own light, right? So positive leadership ends up having transformative transformative things happen, right? When we use positive leadership with our employees. So that's something that I really focus on a lot as part of Dynamite Leader. This book, though, gave me the opportunity to do some therapy for myself, right? And so this book gave me an outlet that I really needed to share some personal situations that I went through that were really, really difficult, but that helped me actually become more of a positive leader, right? So even though they were obstacles and they were challenges and they were really hard, I didn't let it dim my light, right? And so that's what I like to share with people, is that even though you're going through a really hard time, you need to find something bigger than yourself to believe in, right? You can't get through all of the trials and tribulations of life by yourself. You have to believe in something bigger than yourself. And that's what my chapter is called My God is Stronger, just because it really, like, if I didn't have my faith to fall back on during this situation that I dealt with, that I talk about in the book, I don't know if I would be here today, to be honest with you, because this obstacle that I had to overcome was so much bigger than me. And like I'd never had to depend on anything bigger than myself before. I'm a strong, independent woman, and I've always been able to get myself out of situations, but this was so much bigger than me, that I had to believe in something bigger than me to help me get through it. So that's what my chapter's about, and I'm just so excited to be part of this group, and I'm so excited that I get to share it with you all. And I just want to thank you so much for the opportunity to be able to share it, because it was an experience that shaped me, and I just really feel like hopefully other people can learn from it. So thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing. And let's go to Yulia. Well, while she's trying to find the unmute button, I will share. So a lot of the titles that come from She Rises Studios, actually 99.9% come from my brain and heart. I've spent the last 4 years really doing deep dives into what do women need, and they need a place to be able to share. They need a place to be able to open up. They need a safe space to be able to be vulnerable, to be able to be authentic, and they need a no judgment zone. And most of you wrote about different things that you went through in life that normally you may have not shared so openly, yet you were brave enough to share it to the world and writing a chapter. And so I think part of this book is about becoming even stronger as you were writing in this book, right? So the transformation that I saw in my own journey was sometimes everything happens at once, and sometimes everything happens one after the other. There's not really an in between of how we handle things, except for through faith, through perseverance, through resilience, all of those different things. So when I created this book, my goal and my hope is for the reader to be able to pick up the book, take a deep dive, and relate, and know that she's not alone, that there is power and numbers. Like there's this thing that happens when we join together. There's more strength, there's more everything. And so that was my goal for the book. And so my chapter, I talk about every ounce of motherhood, health issues, the growth of business. It's a little bit of everything. And I titled my chapter A Journey of Transformation, because I believe that that is something that we're always doing. We're always transforming. We're always evolving. We're always getting stronger. Yet some things where we lose our strength, we have to find it again. So it's always this transforming journey that's continuing to happen. So I really hope that for anyone who orders the book, that you will feel the resilience and all the love and all the power and the strength that came from each one of these women, who wholeheartedly, number one, said yes to themselves, and number two, said yes to you. So let's see if we can get Yulia, were you able to unmute?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Oh, awesome. Hi, ladies. I wanted to say congratulations to us all. We did it. Yay. That was the first one. But yes, first of all, Hannah, thank you so much. I am proud of you beyond belief for you having a vision and sticking with it and committing. I know you had challenges as well, and committing and going through the challenges as well and coming stronger in the process. But in the end, creating community for women to gather on Thursday, creating a community where women can heal, creating a community where we can transform while we are helping others heal. So I want to give a big shout out to you. I admire you greatly, and thank you for giving us an opportunity to have the voice to speak as well. And yeah, this has been a very interesting journey for me as well. Um, the I don't think it hit me that we are actually published authors until I was posting on social media and all the emotions are coming in. And I'm like, what is happening? But at the same time, it felt like I did all of this work, but I did it acknowledge in myself, in my heart, that it hasn't settled. I'm like, I put all this out, but it hasn't settled that whew, wow, I did it. It's like it's an accomplishment, and there was just so many emotions going through, and it made me very, very pouring buckets. I guess that's the name. Um, but and a little bit about me too. My name is Yulia Drummond. I'm a mindset and transformation coach, and my focus is on helping women find the voice inside of them. What happens is I meet so many beautiful women and they have stories inside and they have vision of what they want to accomplish, but yet they don't do any of it. They just sit, there is fear, there is anxiety, they doubt themselves, they don't allow themselves to take the steps. So I help them on mindset level and transformation to help them to that next level of their growth and to believe into themselves. And I work on energetic, emotion, and mindset level with all the tools I have and energy healing as well. And really helping women find the voice and inner power within to believe in themselves and for them to create a change in the world. Because if we are not lighting up, then nobody will be able to see us. The other day on social media, I saw a post that somebody posted, and it said, a lighthouse is not running around the village telling, look at me, look at me. A lighthouse is standing there big, bright, and it's shining. And that's what the post was about. It was about us shining bright so then others can see us. And I think all of us did this through this book is helping others find their light through our each own personal stories. And it's a beautiful book. It's a very transformational book. The title still makes me emotional. And that's I chose which book to be in by the title because it was deeply personal to me. And I'm so proud of all of you ladies because it's a big accomplishment. I'm first time published author and I'm doing a solo book with Shiraizu Studios as well. But it's it, it's small and big and overwhelming all at the same time because we don't want to be big achievers, but at the same time, it's through little things like this that we go through in our life that makes us stronger. And like I said, I think the biggest thing for me was the healing journey. So, and I think it was for everybody as well. Writing my personal story was very emotional for me and definitely brought some things that haven't been healed yet that I'm like, oh, I need to work a little bit on that because that hasn't been healed yet. But thank you, Hannah, and thank you, all the beautiful ladies, for all your stories. It's so inspirational to be a part of this awesome project. And Hannah, if you could share some ways we can promote the book better, that would be greatly appreciated. What can we do other than posting on social media and stuff like that?
Well, since this is a live, we could probably discuss that behind the scenes because we don't want to give away all the goodies. But for today, what you can do is you can share all of the links that were sent to you, ladies. Start sending it out to your network, start talking about it. You all can collaborate with one another, and consistency is everything, of course. So, for those who are just joining, the book was launched today. She Grows Stronger. There's 31 women completely in this book who have really put together an incredible masterpiece of faith, resilience, perseverance. You can get it on Amazon, currently an ebook or your favorite retailer over the next couple of days. And then, as I mentioned earlier, the paperback goes live in 2 weeks from today. So, for those of you who are watching, how you support these women and how you get stories like that out there is you buy the book. You share that you've bought the book. You can share testimonials, reviews, and that's how you continue to spread, all the amazing love and goodness that books like this have to offer. I think the title says it all. She Grows Stronger, and each of these women who came on today came on to light the torch figuratively, meaning that, we stand in solidarity. We want to see women rise up and grow stronger in everything, in their health and their wealth and their faith and their connections and everything that they do. But more importantly, I think that women need to really grow stronger in themselves, how they see themselves, how they treat themselves, how they speak to themselves. And that's what I see this book as too, is a way to talk to yourself. What are those inner thoughts that you're sharing to yourself? So I hope that for those of you who are reading this book, that you are just open to what these women have put together and shared. This book has been in prep for months, and this is honestly just the beginning. And so get involved, reach out to these beautiful women, connect with them, and really understand that you're not alone. Your growth, your strength comes from being involved with other women, a sisterhood. And honestly, books like this are, none of us have met in person. This was all done virtually from women from all over the world. And if we can do it and we can grow stronger together, then my question is, what are you waiting for? So congratulations, ladies, to each and every one of you. Light your torches. I hope all of you will celebrate yourselves in some way today. And for the person who is going to be reading this book today, who's going to buy these books, light your torch too, because you're in for a real treat.
Thank you.
All right, ladies, congratulations to all of you, and thank you for joining. And go light those torches, go celebrate, and let's make this book a national and international bestseller in the next 24 hours.
Yay. I'm for that. How do we reach each other? Like, I want to interview. I think we should interview each other.
I think that's great. And I think you can all connect through social media. You can reach out to your project manager. You can put some things in the chat here if you're quick. And congratulations, ladies.